Today we're gonna install a brand new fast fuel system on the 12 valve and see if it increases horsepower. The truck currently has a fast fuel system on it, but it is super old and it's also a smaller pump version. With our current setup, you can actually watch the fuel pressure drop when we do a dyno pull. So I'm wondering if maybe with a better fuel pump, it won't do that. So the truck usually sits right here at about 14 PSI fuel pressure. We're gonna do a dyno pull right now and watch it drop. You'll see it basically drops from 14 PSI down to 10. All right, so we did 2 runs, 426 horsepower and 424. So now we're gonna rip this ancient fast fuel system off of here and put a brand new one on. First thing we gotta do is drain the tank. Now this is gonna be pretty easy because this truck already has a sump on it. See if we can get some flow. Oh my goodness. I'm just gonna cut it, honestly. I'm just gonna cut these lines. All right. Now we just gotta let all the diesel drain out of here, which shouldn't be much. It's less than a quarter tank, so I'm thinking about a pail. Like I said, this is a very, very old fast fuel system, which shows how reliable they are, because you'll see when we pull it out. This thing still works. All right, I thought we'd be out of fuel by now. Apparently not. It's probably gonna spray everywhere when we switch to this other pan. All right. Take this sump off. Old XDP sump. Fuel, is this gonna leak? What the heck? What is this thing? I've never seen this in there. Get this guy out of here. Nice and clean still. It actually looks, from what I can see, quite clean in that tank. I was expecting it to just be disgusting. Now the question is our new FASS sump the same size as the old XDP one? I think this FASS one's gonna be bigger personally, but we'll see. So what we have here is the signature titanium series pump. It's the whole kit actually for this truck. Here's the new sump. And as you can see, like these lines are much bigger than the fuel lines that were on the truck currently. But I'm thinking we just bolt this up right now, because why not? But I think that's bigger, man. I guess we'll go see if this will fit in that hole. No. Dang. That's gonna be hard too, because we can't like use the drill to center the hole for it, you know? We're gonna have to go get a bigger hole saw. All right, we got some hole saw attachments. The small one is the original size, then we got a new size. The small one's a little bit smaller than what it should be, but I don't know. So go in reverse, you think?
Yeah.
Oh my God, this is not gonna be good. We just kind of got to send it. Like, I don't really know. Just if I try to hold it, we might totally wreck the fuel tank and need a new fuel tank. I guess we'll see. Like that?
Yeah.
Just cut the whole way in reverse. I'm just getting blasted.
Well, no, it should be good now once you got a groove.
Well, hey, look, we got it. I got so much stuff in my face right now. I think that'll work. What do you think, Josh?
That'll work. That's perfect.
It'd be amazing. That was scary though. That was gonna wreck that whole thing. Is it all over my face? Feels like it is.
Yeah, it definitely is.
Oh, it's in my eyes. Okay, so we're gonna throw this sump on. But first, due to Fast Fuel's strict MAP pricing policies, I can't offer you a discount, but if you click the link in the description and you buy a FASS kit for your truck, they will include a pretty sweet swag bag. I don't know what's in the swag bag, but Jake at Fast Fuel, we'll put a picture on the screen of him. You've probably seen him before. He said it's a pretty cool swag bag. So if you buy anything with my link, you will get a swag bag. Sprayed it with a little bit of cat's ass and it cleaned it up real nice. I think I'm gonna put the fittings in here before we put it in so that we're not like really tightening it down when it's just mounted to a plastic fuel tank. I should probably read the instructions. Like, what is that hose for? If you don't know. But I feel like I've installed enough fast fuel systems in my day to not mess it up.
I'm not gonna mess it up.
I think I got enough thread sealant on there. Oh my goodness, it looks like a hack did this. So the bigger hose gets the suction, and then this smaller one is the return. This one already had thread sealant on it, so I don't have to make a mess like I did on that other one. Big for the suction, small for the return. Jake, is that how we do it? I don't know. I'm gonna put a little bit of diesel on the O-ring so it's a little bit lubed up. Put the O-ring in the sump. And then we just need this part with this little washer. And then I believe it will go like that because you want the diesel to be able to flow in. So this will be on the, it will sit in the tank like that. Does that make sense? Ooh, and it actually goes just like that. Right in that bracket. All right, well, let's go tighten this up. So feed this thing up into there. There, that's a tight fit. And this thing literally slides right on it. Like that. And that's how we'll tighten it. Bada bing, bada boom.
Bada boom, bada bing, bang, boom.
My hands are covered in diesel, so I don't wanna, there. I don't wanna suck on some diesel all day. We can probably reuse this wiring. Just gonna unbolt this and let's take a look at her. Tiny fuel line. I don't even know how this thing works, man. You'll see when I get it out. You got it? I got it. Look at this old thing. I wonder if it has a date on it. Now I have changed these filters, so these filters are relatively new. I like that it's blue. When did they stop making them blue? I wonder if we can ask when the serial number was. 16822. I'm gonna text Jake. I'm gonna text Jake right now and ask him if he can tell us how old this pump is. Maybe it's not as old as we think, but I think it's pretty old. 16822. Vinny! As you can see, this new one is way bigger than this old one. Look, the phone number is even different on this one. So this is back when they had a different phone number. But look at this, like, look at how beat up this thing is. And it was still working just fine. That's crazy. This one served us good, that's for sure. That was on the truck well before I ever owned the truck. So this old one is a 95 gallons per hour system and it was built in 2011. So that's 14 years old. And it still worked. There's really no problems with it. This new one is obviously new, and this is a 220 gallon per hour, so more than twice the flow as the old one. So we're just putting some fittings in before we mount it to the truck. Getting the new bracket all bolted up. Like that. Now the real question is if this bolt that holds my box down will actually come out, or if it's just gonna break. Come on, buddy. No way. Came out fine. Wonder if we can find a bigger bolt though. Because remember, this has to go through this. Plus there's a rubber bushing. Yeah. We did find a longer bolt. This is gonna be absolutely perfect. Perfect. Here's the old size. So this will make up for this new bracket. And we're just gonna put this rubber bushing on top and bolt her up. Oh yeah, buddy, that is solid. As solid as it gets. So it's gonna go like this. Oh yeah, buddy. She's mounted up. Nice thing about this too is that we have it set a little lower because I want to see the filters. Some guys want to tuck it away and not see the filters, which is smart if you have like a truck you use off-road, but this is just like a drag truck. So I want people to know that it's got a FASS on it. Is that gay? I don't care. So now we have to put this feed line on. All right, we got these lines on. Feed them over our traction bars. Again, the big one is the feed line to feed the pump, and then the smaller one will be the return line. So we'll have to see how we want them to be. This one's gonna be angled. They're all kind of good where it is like that. Let me see what it looks like if I turn it more in line. I just feel like then it's bending them more. So this one will go just like that. And this one would go like that. I think that's good like that. What do you think? I'm gonna tighten that up now. This is supposed to be 12 foot-pounds. Click. Yeah, we might have to put something on here just to protect these from the traction bars so they don't rub through over time. Just cut a little piece of hose and zip tie it over top, you know? But unless we were crazy and ran them through the traction bar. Get made fun of by everyone at the track. Measure once, cut twice. Man, these are so tight. That's a little tight. Uh-oh. It like barely even touches that traction bar, which is nice.
You plan that.
Yeah, it's all part of the plan. No. So this one's gonna be like that. Now I'm gonna plumb the other one in. That's gonna go to the injection pump, our P pump. Old wiring. We were gonna try to reuse this wiring, but it's a different connector, so we figured we might as well just get rid of it all. Basically just hook it back up how it was. This is going to the pump. Just putting this relay right back where the old one was. Heat shrink butt connectors are a mechanic's best friend. I don't care if any of you guys think that's a hack job. Sure beats soldering. Look at how the previous owner had it. Just 3 hose clamps. Look how skinny this is too. Compare this to the new one, which is gonna feed it like that. Like this is like double the size, you know? Put a new fitting on the P pump. It's probably good. All right, new feed line is installed. All right, I think we are ready. Here is our install. I think it looks fairly clean. We did put a little bit of extra a hose on here just because it is sitting on the traction bars. But we're gonna throw these filters on. They're really handy because the FASS filters actually show you which way they go. So you can see this one goes on the right side, super easy. Just, we'll get the filters on. I'll leave this front one a little bit loose. We'll turn it on. We gotta put some fuel in it. And then once it bleeds out all the air, it'll start leaking out here and I'll tighten this one up and then we can see what we get for pressure and horsepower. Okay, let's go get some fuel. This is Anthony's diesel. Anthony is my landlord. Don't worry, Anthony, I'll pay you back. FASS recommends to completely fill the tank to full. I don't know if we're gonna do that or not. We'll probably run it and go fill it up later. Any leaks yet? I don't see anything. Let's go get another pail. 30 liters we took. I owe Anthony 30 liters of fuel. We got it in writing here on the video. Okay, just putting the fuse in, and then as long as we did everything correctly, it should, in theory, just turn on the pump as soon as we turn the key forward. And like I said earlier, I have this front filter loose. So this back one's tight, but it should fill this, basically purge all the air out, start leaking, we'll kill the pump, tighten this up, and then we should be good to go. All right, it's running. Well, that was quick. Oh, I was blowing up my phone. That's how I've always done it. Guys in the comments, let me know if you're not supposed to do it, but that's how I've always done it. Vinny, is he smudging the camera? I'd rather have to tighten something up more than over tighten it and like strip something, you know? Holy crap, dude, look at this. Our fuel pressure gauge is pegged out because the max it goes to is 30. Before it was at like 14. Okay, we're leaking at the pump. Why are we leaking at the pump? I feel like this was tight enough that it shouldn't be leaking, but I don't know. This all is looking pretty dry right now though. I don't see any leaks. So let's run it again. We do have one more leak. You can see down there, it's dripping. And I can see it's coming down the block. We're lifting it up to have a look underneath because there's fuel dripping down the block. I don't know, maybe now that we just increased the pressure by more than double, it's leaking somewhere that it wasn't leaking from before. Jake at FASS there actually texted me back and said, with this kit, it should be at 45 PSI. So we should be around 45 PSI fuel, so we're gonna need a higher fuel pressure gauge because this one maxes out at 30. That's crazy. So the good news, it doesn't appear to be leaking from anything we touched. The bad news is that now with the extra pressure, something is leaking. Fixed the fuel leak. It was literally a hose clamp that wasn't quite on right, but it must have not leaked with the lower pressure. I just adjusted it and tightened it and we're good to go. All right, it is dyno time. We're about to see if this makes any difference on the dyno. I don't think it's gonna add horsepower. All right, let's do this. Oh, I need my remote. Thank you. Now, while I don't think the FASS fuel system will directly increase horsepower, it will definitely support higher horsepower applications. But the main benefits to a FASS are industry-leading filtration, can 3 times the life of injection systems, which is very good if you guys are running a CP4 injection pump. It removes air and vapor to restore power, has over 99% water filtration, and it filters debris down to 2 microns. There's also complete kits available for pretty much any truck out there. A couple other benefits is it optimizes your fuel mileage, sharpens throttle response, and there are electric heater kits for people in cold climates. So I would maybe use an electric heater kit, but because it's so cold where we live, our fuel already has all the additives to keep it from gelling. Basically, if you have a diesel truck, you should be running a FASS fuel system on it. I've had them on every single diesel truck I've owned. And while I can't offer you a direct discount because of MAP pricing policies, you can click the link in the description, buy your own FASS fuel system, and they will include a free swag bag, which apparently is supposed to be pretty cool. Okay, well, the first run, we were impressed because it was 430 horsepower and 890 foot-pounds of torque, which was, 6 horsepower gain, about a 30 horsepower increase on the torque. But the second run was only 407. If you do look at this though, the temperature, when we did those first 2 runs, it was 63 degrees Fahrenheit, and the shop is now like 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So naturally, you would think it would be less power. So I don't know, one run was more, one was less. We didn't think this was actually gonna increase power, and again, that's not why you put a FASS on. You put a FASS on to support higher horsepower applications. Our fuel pressure is at 30, and we didn't even film it, but it doesn't drop at all because realistically, the fuel pressure is probably more like 45 PSI now. So now we know that this truck is getting a ton of fuel, it's really clean, there's no air in it, and when we build a bigger fuel pump, it can handle it, because this FASS system is supposed to be able to support up to 900 horsepower. And we're only like freaking halfway there right now, which is depressing. But it is what it is. I'll never lie to you guys about any of this stuff. I'm super pumped to have a brand new FASS on here. It looks good, you can see it. But yeah, the FASS does not really increase power, it just supports more power. And again, anyone that has a diesel truck, you should be running a FASS fuel system on it. If not for power, for your injection pump, your injectors, your whole fuel system, it's just gonna run way better with a FASS. And use the link in the description to buy your own FASS fuel system, and remember, you will get a free swag bag with your purchase. But that's it for the video. We got a couple more quick things to do to get ready for Alberta Diesel Days, which this video is gonna be released when we're at Alberta Diesel Days, this coming Sunday. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope to see you on another one soon.
Fast lane when I pass in the street, bag of money in the passenger seat. Simcoe's been asking for me on the road.